Shy Kings, known for the refreshment, taking on Triple C. Both the sides didn't tasted the victory so far in the tournament. As of what we saw in the today's game stories, it continues to this game too. Both the sides without even a single victory in the first week's games, now facing each other. One among them are going to be in the points table race, and the other are going to face the same kind of win. Let's wait and watch who's going to be the one who comes out of the zone. Looks like a different stance, but that's out. That is out. Open distance, bat swing, but inside edge into the stumps. Beautiful bowling here. Erin lost his shape, the bowler. He bowled with the way how he was planning to bowl despite of where the batter is moving. Beautiful piece of bowling. That's a breakthrough here for Triple C. That's 12 for 1. Pretty decent power play for them. Pritish and Shankar, the new batter, facing Faisal. Faisal continues to bowl. One is the call. That's good control here from the bowling side. 13 for 1. Looks pretty interesting to watch out for in a midday hot condition. Chai Kings were taking on Triple C. Whatever the weather may be, a cup of chai would change your mood. And Chai Kings are natural favorite for many. As of today's game, we are not sure whether they are favorites of winning this game or not. Let's wait and watch for the next 1.5 hours to know the result of the game. Another swing catches the call. Deep fielder chasing the ball. That goes for the boundary eventually. As you see in the body language of the umpire, shows it all. Boundary to end the power play. 17 for 1. Seventeen for 1 Chai Kings. Umpire is still interested to play the game, but eventually situation made him an umpire, it seems. He's practicing his bowling actions. Of course, this story suits everyone, right? Because everyone wanted to be a cricketer at some point of time. Even while now, when we are traveling in a bus or a train or walking somewhere, if we watch a game happening in a ground, we'll start to watch the game. We'll start to analyze the game. We'll start to enjoy the game. Even game watching is a different kind of joyness. And along with that, sometimes we'll show our hands towards the bowling style, or we'll swing our hands like we are batting. The dream and thirst of playing cricket is something that most of the citizens of the country are having. And unfortunately, a country of more than 100 crore people living, you can only see 15-member squad playing for India. So it's quite hard for everyone to make it for India, and the stories will be different, situations will be different, politics will be different. But the joy for the game, passion for the game, that doesn't change us. You may be wondering why I'm explaining a lot more things about this, because when you see the body language of the umpire, when you try to bowl, that shows the pain, that shows the joy, that shows the excitement of playing cricket. If given an opportunity, there are a lot of Hardik Pandyas, Jasprit Bumrahs and Rohit Sharmas were waiting outside to show their talent in the country. Catches the call. Just goes for the single. So yes, tournaments like this, Royal Premier League, Prince of Arcot Trophy, are very important at this point of time where they can that fulfill their expectations of becoming a cricketer, and that will eventually be broadcasted in YouTube. So you could watch your game as of how you watch the heroes, your heroes in television. You could watch your games in television, and you're having a world-class commentator. So that adds a lot of balance to your dream. And this should be spoken for a long while because the cricketing culture in India have grown a lot, but still it's stuck in certain regions. We fought really hard to take cricket away from Mumbai till the last 5-10 years because Mumbai is that one city which dominated throughout the country in terms of producing a lot of talents. We agree that God of Cricket came from Mumbai, Rohit Sharma came from Mumbai. Mumbai city have produced a lot of talents, but at the same time, it's not something that we can proud of. Most of the talents coming from the single region of the country, which means many regions are not getting enough exposure to the game, are not enough getting opportunities to shine their performance. You would have missed a lot of Sachins and Rohit Sharmas from Uttar Pradesh or from certain regions like Manipur. There aren't so much cricketers from Assam too, and that's why Neeraj Pandey made a biography on Mahendra Singh Dhoni. Goes to the back foot because it's really hard for someone from the northeast to enter into the game and make their name as bright as possible. And that's why Mahendra Singh Dhoni is considered to be one of the greatest athletes you could ever see in this game. Another beautiful attempted Yorker. Bowling really good. Good over from Mohammad coming to an and 3 overs of 21 for 1. For 1. Pretty decent with the bat so far. Tofik with the ball, the new bowler. And when it comes to the run rate factor, we'll speak about that later. But now it's a boundary. Time for celebration. The batting side, a much needed boundary for Chai Kings. That's 25 for 1 now. Take back a look at that. That's a low full toss from Tofik. Pick the gap at the square leg region where no fielder standing at the deep. Look at that beautiful batting. That fine leg fielder you're watching on screen is chasing the ball for a long while, but he couldn't save the ball going for the boundary. That went near the banners of Nighthawk energy drink. Five for 1. Speaking about the partnership factor, today's game style is pretty similar in terms of the previous weeks because in the previous week we saw different kind of games altogether. We couldn't come for the conclusion, but for us in today's game it's clear the teams were playing as slow as possible to maintain the partnership because end of 10 overs they could eventually score 80s and 90s and 100s and they could eventually win the game. So you no need to play hurry-burry cricket. You just play for the merit of the ball, try to shift the gear at the right point of time. The most importantly, don't lose much wickets in the middle, and that's the mantra so far that we are watching in this tournament. In today's game, the teams that followed this rule have won the game. Teams batted first have won the game. Eventually Chai Kings were following the same pattern. They didn't lose much wickets so far in this game, just 1 wicket, and the partnership is slowly building to the next level. If they try to shift the gears at some point of time, we could easily see them marching towards 85 or 95, even 100. That's great way of batting. But this is not the great bowling. This is quite out of control for the bowler. Tofik is really struggling to place the ball exactly where he wants to bowl. 28 for 1. Another one into the slots, but overhitted stroke. I will be fetching you the single that you're expecting for. What happens here is the problem with Shankar is he's been overdoing things. He's backlifting a lot. He's swinging a lot. If you overdo things, you can't get the connections better. A low full toss delivery catch is the call. Three fielders converging together to stop that. And that's a good stop from the fielder finally. We'll be getting another couple of runs on the board. Keeper is the call. Just look at that. Good try from the fielder. He saved boundary for his side. This will be clearly evident if they win this game by a difference of any wickets in a close numbers. This one run will help them a lot in the second innings. But this is not acceptable for a wicketkeeper. That's an easy one. Not much movement required to grab that ball, but the wicketkeeper dropped that, which eventually went for the boundary. A much needed breakthrough, much needed boundary here for the batting side. This should be stopped. Look at that. Look at that. Maybe the batter's movement should have restricted the wicketkeeper to see the ball, as the batter completely taken the screens. Another attempt for the switch hit. You don't even expect that to be a wide ball, even in your dreams, because that won't be given as wide ball. End of this over, 36 for 1. Swing and a miss, goes for the wide ball. Huh. $38 for 1, as Choi Kings are in a comfortable position of the way how they are batting. Wahim, the bowler, it seems. And that's a boundary. That's a boundary. The welcome boundary here for the batting side. This is something that you should admire from Choi Kings. They're playing subtle cricket and all of a sudden they're scoring boundaries in a gaps. Look at that. Look at that full toss delivery over the bowler's head. In a different angle that goes for the boundary. And this is how you should bat on. You should maintain the partnership as subtle as possible and wait for your moment to hit the bowler. As of the Tiger's body language, wait for your turn to attack. That's what's happening here. Just gets into the front foot. Now goes for the single. Not getting carried away with that boundary. This is even much better thing. Look at the partnership that's been growing really good. 31 of 18 balls. And with the way how they're carrying things lightly, that matters a lot. The sides that are keeping things simple are making magics on the field so far in this tournament. Look at the way how he carried himself. After that boundary, he doesn't thought that he is the greatest of all. He just stayed subtle. He just made that single as composed as possible, because a lot more duties to be done in this game. You can't just go for those back-to-back boundaries and lose your wicket. This partnership is much mandatory for them. Another call for the second run. Good running between the wickets. Good awareness between the batters. Prithvi, the man who made it possible, who invited for that second run. Continues to bowl for him. So far 9 runs of this over. Moves across. Catch is the call. And that's not a catch. That is not a catch. That's an easy sitter dropped just to make the bowler worry. Wahim is quite disappointed with what exactly happened over there. He placed the fielder exactly and bowled the ball, and eventually that didn't went into favor of the bowler. Look at that. Look at that. Easy sitter that is, and that's been dropped. Goes for the boundary. Welcome boundary here for the batting side. They've been shifting gears at this point of time. Another strong shouts of catch. No fielders at the deep, and goes for the boundary by beating up the boards of Vigian. Beautiful stroke makings in the middle. Just take back a look at that. Voluntarily moved across and converted that to be a boundary. There's no man standing at the deep. 4.5 overs, 5 to 3 for 1. Looking in a most sufficient situation. This time into a different style, but couldn't get the connections better. And a dot ball to end this over, 53 for 1. Just look at the way how things going in the middle. 53 for 1, Choi Kings. And in a need of a wicket, Triple C have to bring a wicket. They have to bring that breakthrough that they are expecting for, especially with the way how Shankar and Pritish were batting. Pritish is having pretty dominant strike rate of more than 200. That's quite challenging for the opposition, because we've seen this tradition happening for a long while, as the team's batting first by having a bit of advantage of winning the game. Good start. This will be different view to see the game. As we saw in the 80s, a single cam recording at the top, with one end being the batters in and with one end being the bowlers in. And typically different angle gives you different kind of experience in watching the game. When you head back to the stadiums to watch the game, the view that you get is completely different with the way how you're watching in the television. That's what's happening to me, and that goes for the boundary. And the biggest advantage of watching it alive is you could clearly know what's exactly going to happen even before the TV audience gets to know. So it's better to invite the audience to come in front of the ground to watch the game happening, as this is free at Amir Mahal Cricket Ground. If you are interested in this tournament to watch the game, just come here and enjoy this brand of cricket. Make sure that you're sun friendly because it's too hot here. Make sure you're having your sunscreens in your pockets. Goes for the white. The 8 for 1. Fazal's second over. He's a bit of expensive bowler today. Not just Fazal, most of the bowlers have conceded a lot of runs. The problem with Triple C is they're bowling 3 to 4 good balls in the over. The remaining 2 which went on to be utterly flop delivery, and that's why even though they have a lot of dot balls in the early phase of the overs, those 2 balls were going for boundaries, and those 2 boundaries were bringing the difference in the game. That's why Triple C has to look out for. It's not mandatory to bowl all the balls as a good delivery. Bowl quality deliveries 3 to 4, and those 2 deliveries should be an average, not the poor delivery. That's the problem. If they control those boundaries, they could come back stronger. Through the covers, catches the call as fielders chasing down the ball. That's boundary. Will be an easy boundary for the batting side. With such a kind of outfield in Amir Mahal, you can't even dream of chasing down those kind of deliveries. It's not an easy task for the fielders. Then a short span of time, 10 runs in this over. Those 2 balls were conceded. Now they'll be coming back to the control. Look at this. Look at this. Just reminding of what happened in the previous game. 52 runs partnership between these 2 batters. They've been doing it brilliantly. Every single game we are watching a partnership in the first innings, and that's not happening in the second innings. Maybe because of chasing pressure, run rate pressure. Even in the previous game, we saw batters swinging the bat and losing the wicket for single mode of dismissal. That is clean bowled. 64 for 1. Catches the call. Just be going for the single. MDS the bowler. That's how it shows in the scorecard. 65 for 1. With Triple C bowlers were looking clueless in terms of restricting the batters. Not picking enough wickets, at the same time not restricting enough runs on the board. The runs were flowing in a gradual rate. 65 for 1. Another swing and couldn't get the connections, but that's out. That's out. The timber would have been attacked by the ball. Nothing movement on the stumps, but you could see the body language of the fielders and you could guess it that the wicket have fallen, and that's how I'm guessing it. And the batter is walking away. The big partnership is finally broken. MD brings up that breakthrough. A much needed wicket. Pritesh is walking away. The danger man is gone, but we are not sure how many danger players were waiting in the dugout. Look at that. Look at that. And this is the celebration. The most important thing I love to watch in Pricne Of Arcot Trophy, the Royal Premier League, is the friendly attitude of cricketers. The sportsmanship is that between the players. They're not celebrating, they're not irritating the oppositions. The celebrations were looking really subtle, and I think that's the way you should do your celebration, so that the opposition even loves the way how you're celebrating, loves the way how you bowl the ball. But of course, I won't say that's the conventional way, because it's not constructive criticism. As being a commentator, you can admire everything and you would be ready to prove wrong. Good stop from the fielder. Just continuing with what we left. Because we love to watch the aggression from Yuvraj Singh. We love to watch the kind of aggression on how Saurav Ganguly did, or even Virat Kohli is doing in the current day cricket. Even that could be admired to level extent with the way how we are admiring Mahendra Singh Dhoni. So it's up to the individual. The admiration factors might have changed. Good start from the fielder. Beautiful fielding, that is. Excellent fielding, saving boundary for his side. Two different batters, two different jerseys altogether. With one wearing a golden color jersey and the other one wearing, that's quite interesting color. Moves across, couldn't get the connections better. Good awareness from the bowler, just altering the lines according to the way how the batter is moving. But the good thing is, he's quite sensitive in terms of deciding what to bowl at the right point of time. The thought process are looking really good. And the spontaneity of the bowler, that matters a lot. Look at the way how he's altering his lines according to the batter movements. He's a still batter. Cut it away between the point fielders. And they're chasing down the ball. That goes to the boundary by hitting the boards of Basha Halwawala. As smooth as it is, this boundary through this outfield. Welcome boundaries here for the batting side. I don't see enough efforts from the batters. They've been scoring boundaries as casual as it is. Subtle batting display, but at the same time the impact is huge. Look at the numbers. It's 73 for 2. Couldn't get the connection. Now this will be interesting to watch, but after the 7th over, you need not worry about the trees, the dozen dancers. Not enough wind support here, but the batters will help you out in terms of swinging that wood to give us enough fresh air. But if the ball gets connected, that will be double dhamaka joy to watch out for. Beautiful straight drive. If it is test cricket or if it is a stretch ball cricket, you could watch that ball going for the boundary. But in tennis ball cricket, you know, some classical efforts won't get you much runs. The value will be added only if you try to bat like someone like Rinku Singh, AB de Villiers kind of batting. Or more importantly, Surya Kumar Yadav. Don't even try to be Rahane in tennis ball cricket. Just look at that stroke. He got the connection better. This is what we are speaking about. The unorthodox shot, move across, play at the square leg region and score that most important sixer at the death phase of this innings. A welcome runs are coming on to the board for the batting side. That's because of one reason, the Surya Kumar style of batting. Even when you look at the history of Surya Kumar Yadav, the way how he batted in the initial phase of his innings. He started his career with Mumbai Indians in 2011 Champions League T20, in which he played that orthodox shots, authentic cricketing strokes, which reminded of many classical batters like Sachin Tendulkar, Ajinkya Rahane, like that typical Mumbaikar batting, classical batting. But you know, the strike rates would be around 110 and 120. Time had flown. With the crowd of Murali Vijay, with the crowd of Rohit Sharma, with the crowd of many young batters coming on to play, we couldn't see Surya Kumar Yadav in action. It took some time, and then he came up with a completely different kind of batting style. He changed the tone of his batting, the unconventional style of batting, the unconventional way of scoring runs in T20 cricket, open stance, playing at the square leg, sweep shots, flick shots. And that's where the career graph of Surya Kumar Yadav started changing. Catches the call. That's a great catch. That is a great catch because till the point he grabbed the catch, I had the thought of that he's going to drop it because the way how he ran, the body language gave me the idea that he's going to drop the catch because it was not much confident. He was cluelessly chasing the ball but somehow grabbed the catch at the right point of time. That's an appreciable effort from the fielder and much needed breakthrough here for them. Triple C. Another wicket fall save for Choi Kings. Just take back a look at that catch. Just look at the way how he's running. How he's running. Look at that. Till the last point, I didn't had that hope on him that he's going to grab that catch. But that's a great catch. He proved me wrong. But yes, coming back to what we are speaking about. The Surya Kumar Yadav's growth from Kolkata Knight Riders to Mumbai Indians. The way how he transformed his game. That's more important. You can't deny that you only be able to play these kind of strokes. Even in life, you can't put yourself get that you could be only be able to do this. Try to experiment a lot. Try to look at the vacancies. Try to look at where the market is demanding and try to look at where you have to work. Then you will be coming up with a completely different game plan that could work really well for you, like the way how it did for Surya Kumar Yadav. Life lesson, cricket lesson. Sometimes cricket teaches you a lot for life. Observe everything, that's most important. 82 for 3. Moves across, swings and a miss. Dot ball again. We are just speaking about the growth of Surya Kumar Yadav, right? We slightly transformed the topic into spirituality, it seems. Not about spirituality, but the way how you have to work mentally. Because it's not a physical game. Life is not a physical game. Everything is pure form of mental game. The more clear you are, the more clear your thought process is, you can do things perfectly. And whatever job you're doing, or whatever the sport you're playing, or whatever you're doing, just have that clarity of thought process and apply it in your game. Watch everything, observe everything, plan the game plan according to that. Work on the demands, not on the cues. And that's where the success is hiding its way. That's a boundary. 1 bounce boundary, it is at the sky leg region. On their way towards a triple digit mark here. You're trying to restrict me? The batter's body language says, on my dead body. Do it on my dead body. That's the kind of attitude the batters were having. Look at the swing. And that goes for the boundary.
Hey, bright, konja kami panna.
87 for 3. Cut it away with the back foot. The back foot weight transfer says it all. That's gone for the boundary. Two things that matters a lot in this boundary. One is the outfield and the other is the back foot strength of the batter. He landed himself comfortably and then gone for the stroke. The punishment just gave complete impact of the bat to the ball. Look at that. Look at his right leg. And that comes the placement. Beautiful stroke making. Beautiful stroke making. Clarity of thoughts here again. What we are speaking about. I just wanted to extend this topic to the next innings. Because it's way more important thing to discuss about the clarity of thought process. Because you can't tirelessly work on things. Or you can't work hard on things. Catches the call. Good stop from the fielder. Will be comfortable too. Oh my god. That's quite unfortunate. It hit the fielder. Hope he's okay. Yes, he's okay. He's walking good. But he never expected that would have hit him. Coming back to that topic. clear your mind, do proper meditation so that your clarity will increase, your focus will increase, and your performance will automatically increase. Catch is the call. That's another catch. Second time I'm doing the same mistake. With the way how he reverse paddled himself, I thought that he's going to drop the catch. To be very honest, I thought that he's going to drop the catch. But look at the commitment. I think the modern day cricket has evolved a lot. Even I'm feeling myself to be an old school mentality guy. Look at that. By looking at the way how he reverse paddled himself, for instant I thought he's going to drop the catch. But look at the grab. He's well aware of the catch and he's grabbing it really well at the right point of time. If I'm not wrong, it's the same fielder. I judged wrongly for the second time. Anyway, that happens in a game of cricket. The biggest gift a commentator could get would be the players proving him wrong. Another swing, strong shouts of dismissal. The calm and composed umpire. Seems like he does a lot of meditation. Anyway, that brings the end of this over. That's 93 for 4. Take back a look at that. We'll just come for the conclusion. Couldn't see any signs of that getting the thickish outside edge. 93 for 4, last over on cards. Can we see a triple digit mark? Let's wait and watch. Tofik bowls the last over. Swing and a miss. Not getting enough connections over there.
Hey, bright light.
Another swing, couldn't get the connections better. A no ball given by the umpire. That's quite surprising. We're watching the first free hit of the day. No ball and free hit carries on. Another hope for the batting side to complete the triple digit mark. Tofik should work on his lengths now. Another good swing. Catches the call. Good awareness from the fielders. Oh my god. Hope he's okay. Hitting the Hindustan Group of Institutions board. That's quite hard. That's quite hard. Just taking back a look at that. That's where it happened. He even tried to jump over that board but fell short with his knees. Hindustan Group of Institutions, Chennai. I love the commitment of the umpire. His targets were always on the ball. He loves to play cricket. You know, the famous meme, your parents want you to become this, but you want you to become that, like that. You want to become a cricketer, but eventually your parents want you to become an umpire. You're doing that here. Anyway, the situation will be getting back to normal. Loving the sporting effort. Loving that hard work. Good commitment from the fielder. And these are all the effort shows this is not just a game. This is not just a game. They were putting on all of their emotions. They were putting on all of their hard works. And look at this one. This one. And he will do that again without any fear. That's the commitment for the game. Great effort from the fielder. And of course, a royal salute to his efforts. Goes for the white ball. 99 for 4. Now one more for the triple digit mark. 3 more to complete this innings. In fact, 4 more it seems. No ball and a white ball. I've taken the energies of Tofik. It's not easy to bowl 8 balls at a stretch in these hot humid conditions. That's 100 up here. Beautiful batting display. Chai Kings have scored 100. That brings the energy. As of how that Chai is bringing the energy into our lives. Catches the call again. I think you don't want to take that catch. You just want to take that practical decision of saving the boundary. Maybe it will be applicable in a different aspect of the game. He's having a different thought process altogether. A different perspective of watching things. Strong shout of Howzard, and that's a wicket. That's beautiful, the replay from the umpire. The batter has to depart. 1-0 to 5. Just take back a look at that. Walks across, and that's clean bowled. Fingers were immediately up. And again, the body language of the bowler. He just got that wicket and came back to bowl the next ball. How committed, how disciplined this is. I just don't know why this is happening here, but I just love the discipline of every other cricketers we are watching. Not much aggression, not much teasing, not much hateful celebrations. Now what's happening here? What is happening here? Having the chance of dismissing the batters, he'll have the opportunity. Tawfiq the bowler. Anyway, that brings the end of this over. Good control in the final proceedings. That brings the end of 10th over. That's end of 10 overs. Now the second inning starts here, with 104 being the target for Triple C to win this game. No other team have chased down a target of above 100 in this tournament so far. Can we be able to see such a kind of chasing now? The interesting T10 format is here. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Triple C chasing down 104 in 10 overs. Let's wait and watch what's gonna happen. With the first ball being with Srinivasan, Suhail and Anas being the openers. Just taking some time to arrange the fielders. You could watch the wicketkeeper's body language to make sure what's exactly happening on the field. As Triple C are getting ready. As the first ball here. Good one. Good line to start the ball here from Srinivasan. Just that we have spoken a lot about that mindset aspect by taking Surya Kumar as the biggest example of it. Likewise, everyone will be having a different aspiration or goals to chase down. But while chasing down, you might be thinking, run out opportunity, and that's an easy one. Fingers were up. Oh my god, what happened in the middle? There weren't enough space for the second run as the fielder grabbed the ball comfortably, threw the ball comfortably. Not sure why they have gone for such a kind of decision. Look at that. That's a simple stroke making, simple take and simple throw. Look at the difference between the boundary rope and the fielder. That's quite hard decision for the batting side. That's what something called desperation. When you chase down such a huge target, the desperation naturally comes for you, which we saw in the first game. In fact, in the second game, most of the batters have lost their wicket through getting bowled. A swing and a miss was a similar fashion. This time it's a good stroke. Beats the fielders and beats the boundary board off. Nighthawk energetic and goes for the boundary. First boundary of this innings. Take back. Look at that pull shot. That's beautiful stroke making. Despite of what happened in the previous delivery, this is a good comeback from the batting side. Immediate boundary after wicket. Suhail starts his innings. After that single, it's a good boundary for the batter. New batter Aftab is at the non-strikers in. Now Srinivasan should change his bowling style, or he should change his fielding. Seems like he's changing both. Now this is going to be a bigger problem because he didn't had a square leg fielder at the deep, but he bowled a short ball, which eventually went on to be a problem for them. And now he's changing his angles and changing his lengths and having a deep square leg fielder, not a deep fine leg fielder, which is going to be a problem anyway. And that's why I said change one thing, because if you want to bowl according to the field, don't change the field. If you want to change your field according to your bowling, don't change your bowling. If you do both the changes, then again it's not going to be on the line. That's what happens. You should have bowled the same kind of delivery with this field set. Now there is a deep fine leg fielder. There is a deep square leg fielder. Now he should not bowl too foolish or too outside off stump. But that's what he did. But this is good bowling. I won't say it's a beautiful idea to bowl on, because if the batter go through the covers, again it will be a boundary. You're having different fielders and you're bowling completely different to what you set in the field. But the bowling action looks beautiful from Srinivasan. He reminds me of many typical classical fast bowlers. That brings the end of the first over, 9 for 1. Habakuk the bowler. Pardon me if I'm spelling the name wrongly. Good start to the first over. I just wanted to repeat this regular story. If the team scores 30 plus in the power play, the team will be awarded an extra over of power play. For that, they have to score another 20 runs in 5 balls, which means score boundary in every single ball, and you'll be getting another over of power play. This is a bonus point for the batter. The white ball is a left arm pacer, Habakuk. I think he should have gone through the over the wicket style, because that's typically most of the left arm pacers use it to do. They're also having just 4 fielders in the leg side. He's having that freedom of bowling around the wicket. Now that's getting cut. Look at that. A fielder is walking through the leg side direction. Now 5 fielders at the leg side. One at the deep fine leg and the other at the deep mid wicket. Short square leg fielder. Mid on inside the circle. Mid wicket inside the circle. Back to back wides. Now it's clear that Habakuk is trying to bowl through the body line of the batter. Now batter is having two options. One is to go through the fine leg, other is to go through the switch it. But he is gliding it towards the third man region. Experts told him to go with the different idea, but he had other idea that goes for the boundary. It's a board of Purvika. Welcome boundaries here for the batting side. That's too cheeky to score runs on the board with the way how Mahila Jayawardene used to do in his times. He's one of the most classical batters who known for stealing runs. But I didn't see this, the batter falling down the ground. Just watching that happening in the replay. Now moves across. But this time the bails were flying off. Look at the celebration. This is that celebration we are speaking about. Just give us the body language to come for the conclusion that it is a dismissal. We couldn't see the lights flying over the stumps because it's not a lightning stumps. Of course the bails were flying, but we couldn't see that oddly. So you show that with your body language. Look at that. That's the body language. Then you can come up for the conclusion that it's a wicket. Anyway, that's a wicket fallen here for Triple C. 16 for 2. For 2. It's good work. Starts off with the dot ball over there. You're speaking about celebrations, right? It's up to the individuals because I'm getting admired to both the kind of celebrations, with one being the subtle one and the other being a joyful celebration like the Delhi Wala Shadi. That's quite interesting to watch out for. But the things you have to understand is, do what your heart says, do what your soul says. Because some love to show that aggression. That's a sign of doing good things. That's a sign of doing it to the perfection. But some will be having that subtle style of celebration. But both the things will have their own advantages. Like different captains use it to approach different bowlers in a different way. For instance, certain captains use the same bowler for the first 3 overs. Pattern of 3 overs. 1, 3 and 6. 5 in fact. Whereas certain captains use 5 different bowlers for the first 5 overs. So it's up to the captain's individual thought process. Over 17 for 2 Triple C. Srinivasan continues to bowl. Good try from the fielder. In fact, good try from the bowler. We'll be getting that single. Waheem and Aftab, the two batters. They have to build this partnership to the next level. As of we are speaking about this, the power play have ended as subtle as possible. 2 wickets and 17 runs. Not much signs of dominating. The bowlers are scoring 30 runs. A slog sweep finds the gap and goes for the boundary between the boundary boards. Exactly hitting the boundary board of VG and creating assets. Since a long time, since 1942, as of you see in the boards. (22 for 2). Good looking number. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. That's how the scorecard shows for you. 22 of 2, 2.2 overs. That's post power play. Just speaking about the historical aspects of certain things in this venue, this being Amir Mahal Cricket Ground, one of the historic structures, heritage structures. Most of the prime ministers have visited this place. Catches the call. That's dropped. He's put it down and the run out opportunity have come closer, but no chance of dismissing the batter. Two chances in a single ball. I'll agree that it is not going to be an easy task for the fielder because he's standing closer to the batter, but should have been taken. That's the final call. Take back a look at that. Take back a look at that. This is a swing and a miss. Yeah, come forward. Don't struck with time. (24 for 2). 2.4 overs. Goes over the long on fielder, but that's another drop catch. Back-to-back drop catches. Not sure what's happening in the middle. Even the Triple C batters were weaving those easy catches, but Chai Kings fielders were not interested in taking those easy catches. They want the challenges to be even much tougher. Beautiful Yarker. That's beautiful Yarker. It's a close call to watch it for. If it is a game that allows LBW, this would be a clear-cut LBW. Anyway, that brings the end of his over. 25 for 2. Through the covers. Just a cheeky one. Chance of a run out opportunity. Good running between the wickets. So many opportunities were put down by the fielders of Chai Kings. 27 for 2. Abakut, the bowler, continues to bowl. 77 of 41 to win this game. Equation looks better for Triple C. They have a lot of chance, in fact bright chance to win this game. It's a typical T20 game requirement when you have 8 more wickets in your hand and you just need 70 odd runs in 41 balls to win this game, which means the game is on. The important factor that they should target on is to maintain the partnership, with one attacking the bowlers and the other playing that second fiddle role. I don't want Rohit Sharma to hear this because he don't like second fiddle batters. You want every other batters to take on charge against the bowlers. Like we should have 11 Virendra Sehwag to win this game. That's the mindset of Rohit Sharma's captaincy. And that was widely appreciated because we are appreciating the efforts of baseball cricket. We'll come back to that later. This is time. It's a boundary through the covers. Most elegant way of scoring boundaries is to score it through the covers. Just decorating the stroke in an even much better way. And speaking about the baseball effect, people in India are expecting, in fact, they're liking baseball effect taken by Brendan McCullum. The England cricket is showing different kind of cricket in Test cricket. Look at that. But whereas when Rohit Sharma tries that, there are a lot of criticism. There are a lot of different kind of response coming on from fans, even from critics. Again, I won't say it's a correct theory, but according to the captain's mindset, every captain will be having their own style of go-to thought process. That clear-cut focus, that mental clarity. Maybe Rohit Sharma is having a different kind of game plan that the BCCI and the fans and the critics should leave way for him to show his talent, to show what he exactly wants to show in Indian cricket. Anyway, let's come back to this game. Again, trying to go through the cover. Strong shouts on the batter. Has to depart. A long waited signal from the umpire. He took his own time to decide whether it's out or not out. And I had a bit of confusion in terms of the body language of the batter. At instance, I thought he's trying to walk away. Then suddenly he was not walking away. Look at that. Look at that. He tried to walk away and then he stood still. Maybe he was expecting the umpire's signals. He thought the umpire have shown his fingers up. After watching the umpire's signal, he stood away and then he came out of the crease. 33 for 3. MD and Aftab. MD the new batter into the crease. Good breakthrough here from Abakuk. .33 for 3. So far looking decent in this chase. A high full toss. Not a beamer it seems. Couldn't see much signals from the umpire. Shiva the new bowler. A low full toss delivery. Catches the call. Good bat swing from the batter anyway. Run out opportunity again. And the fingers were up it seems. Another wicket have fallen. And the batter is walking away. What's happening in the middle? Is a new batter MD along with Aftab. They tried to run between the wickets, but unfortunately that went in vain. Good fielding. Good stop from the fielder. And the batter is walking away. Just take back a look at that. Good throw from the fielder. Good carry from the wicket keeper. Everything puts together. This brings another wicket for CCC. 33 for 4. In fact 34 for 4. For 4. Goes for the wide ball. .35 for 4. 69 of 34 to win this game. Still having that bright chance of making things possible. Good chase from the fielder. They'll never go for the second run because of what happened in the previous delivery. You could not leave much space for those kind of dismissals. .36 for 4. Tapping his bat and getting ready here. MD is facing his very first delivery. That's almost closer to the stumps. Catches the call again. Good stop from the fielder. Trying for the second run. Another opportunity for the run out. And he is not aware of what's exactly happening. Had a chance of dismissing the batter. The bowler got confused with what to do. Immediately getting the ball, he started targeting the stumps. The batters should be very careful on choosing those twos. To go for the two, they should be taking the first run quickly. The decision should be taken very early. That's too closer to the stumps. Last ball of this over. That's been beautiful over from Shiva. Contained. Every single ball catches the call again. And that's a welcome boundary for the batting side to end this over. Boundary to end this over. 43 for 4. Another swing catches the call. Even before hitting the ball, he's shouting catch it. That's how it goes. This time the call gets right, catches the call, and that's taken. 43 for 5 now. Then what will you do if you have a target of 104 in front of you? All you got to do is to hit every ball you're watching on screen. And that's how it goes. And that's what they're doing. The Triple C batters. Look at this. Look at that. It's way outside off stump. He was trying to hit it over the long on. That's quite impossible. Good catch from the fielder. 43 for 5. Good catch from the wicketkeeper. And these players are great example that age is just a number. Just maintaining the physique. As long as you maintain the proper physique, you're eligible to play the game. Through the covers to get the single. That's 44 for 5 Triple C. The equation gets a bit difficult for them now. Also, they have lost most of their prominent batters. 60 of 27 with 5 wickets in hand. Most of them would be bowlers, right? Even though many players like Rohit Sharma were talking about the importance of tail-enders. But another wicket falls here. Another wicket falls here. There are a bit of confusion. That's why I say celebrate as much as possible. Then everybody will get the clarity, even the batter. But most of the time the bowlers, after dismissing the batter, they're just walking back for the next ball. So that the batter even got confused whether it's out or not. Anyway, he's walking away. That 6th wicket have fallen. Just take back a look at every player's celebration. They're just look at that. He's disappointed, in fact. He doesn't even know that it's a wicket. And then the wicketkeeper is coming for the clarity. Anyway, that's 44 for 6. Another strong shout of appeal. Another batter walking away. Back-to-back wickets here, it seems. The bails were not even moving single inch. As it's been pitched really hard, it seems. Another wicket falls here. 44 for 7 now, Triple C. Just take back a look at that. Look at that. The stumps were not moving. That's odd memory of Chaminda was making the stumps to dance behind the batter. But this ball is not having much impact, even though the bowlers were in the quality of good fast bowling, but the stumps were not flying on that. Those period of Chaminda was one of the greatest golden periods of Sri Lankan cricket. At one end, Chaminda will be flying the stumps in there. On the other end, Malinga will be flying the stumps in there. And we have Muthaiya Murli there in the special package. That's a kind of quality. And even the quality is still there, but you know, against Afghanistan, Pathum Nissanka had scored a brilliant double century, first Sri Lankan batter to score a double century. And that's a bad sign for Afghanistan because they have conceded 2 double centuries within a short span of time. The last October, we saw Glenn Maxwell thrashing the Afghanistani bowlers in Wankhede to score a double century. Now it's Pathum Nissanka of Sri Lanka. It became pretty easy, quite easy to watch. Just time travel 14 years ago. 200 in a game, in a ODA game, which was a dream at some point of time when Sachin Tendulkar did it for the first time. And that's why he is considered to be pioneer of making records. He's not a record breaker, he's a record creator. He created so many records in the game that eventually the next generation fixed it as a target for them to achieve certain milestones. No doubt he's a god of cricket. Like us, we can speak a lot about the legends of those times. Imagine you having so many greats in the same point of time. Glenn McGrath, Sachin Tendulkar, Chaminda Was, Sanath Jayasuriya, of course Virendra Sehwag, Saurav Ganguly, Rahul Dravid. Chain 1, Britley, a lot of greats of the game were playing at the right time together in 2007-2008 periods. That's one of the golden periods of cricket. And then IPL came. That's a different topic to speak about. Coming back to this game, look at the numbers of the bowler. Anyway, it's a new bowler, Shankar, 46 for 7 now, Triple C. With 4 more overs to go, the equation gets a bit difficult for them. He's finding it hard to release the ball. The releasing point looks a bit challenging for the bowler. Shankar it is. It's Triple C's choice to bowl first. That's going in vain. 57 of 24 to win this game. When you look at the statistics of this tournament, it shows clearly that if you bat first and put a decent total on the board, you're going to win this game, no doubt on that. That's how it went so far in this tournament. But whereas looking at the way how Triple C selected the choice of bowling first to the way how they're chasing, I think they were lagging behind certain things. There were a need of a lot of homeworks to be done. A lot of analysis to be done in this tournament. To exactly understand how the wicket is reacting, how the ground is helping the teams to win the game. Saqib and Tawfiq with the batters. With Shankar continues to bowl. We're speaking about the golden period of cricket. There is one simple reason behind this. Those who have been considered to be one of the greatest in the cricket were played together at the same point of time. Of course, Richard Hardley played in the different point of time. Kapil Dev played in the different point of time. Botham played in a different point of time. Chappell brothers played in a different point of time. Of course, Dean Jones is a different point of time cricketer. But the greats that we are speaking about, who evolved in the 90s and became a star in the 2000s, are similar kind of cricketers. Glenn McGrath brought a different kind of bowling style to Australia. Sachin Tendulkar made this game popular in India. Sanath Jayasuriya made it happen for Sri Lanka in the World Cup standards. Run out opportunity. Direct hit here. Looks like a close call. Anyway. Speaking about Sanath Jayasuriya, we have to speak about 1996 World Cup. And what happened over there. That's a long topic. We'll continue with that because for the entire day, I'm going to speak with you, my dear audience, the deeper cricket fans. We're going to speak a lot about that. One of the greatest motivational stories, the 1996 World Cup. But before that, we'll come for the conclusion in this game. That's a time, the cricketing fraternity is having most of the greats playing together in the world. For instance, Australia had Ricky Ponting in the 1996 World Cup. West Indies had Brian Lara and India had Sachin Tendulkar. Of course, Sri Lanka had Sanath Jayasuriya, Muthaiya Muralidharan. These players were not legends at that point of time. They were the young guns of the side and they proved that in the 1996 World Cup which happened in India. That's 7 overs, 53 for 7. For 7, the equation gets a bit tougher. I know I've been talking a lot about the world cricket, the legends of the game, the history of the game, because good commentator is someone who speaks something which is not happening on the television. I believe in that. I believe in the statement of Harsha Bogli. So that's what I'm following, because you're watching certain things happening on the ground, you're watching certain things happening which is being broadcasted in front of your mobile. But yes, this game is having a bigger tradition. This game is having a bigger history that needs to be spoken. The statistics were needed to be spoken by a commentator. So I'm taking a bit of history along with a bit of mental peace. This will be helpful for many cricket fans watching this to excel in their cricket career. The upcoming teams, those who are going to play the next game, you can find something helpful with this. And of course, we'll speak a lot about the match too. To all the fans of Triple C and Choi Kings, Success is not something that matters a lot. It's about the process, as of Mahendra Singh Dhoni's words. Because any of these teams is going to lose this game, but that doesn't matter. Teams have different kind of potentials. Teams have different kind of game plans. Triple C would have came with a different kind of game plan. They would have had something in their mind to chase down a target, but unfortunately that went in vain so far. But whereas for Choi Kings, so many things have worked well today. In a deeper analysis, the partnership worked well for them. They had a proper basement and the structure will be good. So it's always important for you to maintain proper basement in terms of building the innings. In the next game, match number 4, we'll be speaking about the match along with that a bit of history of this game, especially the 1996 World Cup Sri Lanka's journey. Stay with us. But as of now, we are going to deeply focus into this game, the final proceedings, the final 10 to 15 balls to complete the innings, because I'm expecting a lot of drama. I still believe Triple C is having a bright chance to win this game if they put a great effort like this. But this went for the single. 4 sixes in a row. We could see a drastic change in this game. I know I'm overthinking, I'm dreaming in the day. But yes, that's how we have to watch the game. That's how the T20 cricket made us to watch the game. $67, 7.4 overs, but the over gets completed. We'll update the score after 8 overs. 62 for 7. $61 for 7. 61 for 7. Pardon me for updating the score wrong. It's 61 for 7, not 62 for 7. Last 2 overs and 40 odd runs required to win this game. Mathematically, it's possible anyway. So that's what something I believe in the game of cricket. If you start predicting a lot, you won't enjoy the joy of this game. Wait for the cricketers to show the magic. Wait for the mindset of the cricketers to show the magic. It's not about 22 robots playing the game. It's about 22 minds playing the game. Putting together, they'll be having a game plan. They'll be having a thought process. They'll be having that willpower to win the game. We've seen that happening a lot of times. A single man's willpower changed the game's context completely. And that's how it went. I'm still expecting the willpower of Tawfiq or Shakib. If anyone gets the explosion to the perfection, we could see the magic happen. The West Indies cricketers were a bigger example of hoping. In the 2016 T20 World Cup final at Kolkata, a team that had struggled a lot, even for printing their jerseys, they didn't got enough sponsors, they didn't got their salaries. And in that big final against England, it's 24 runs required in the last over and 4 sixes scored by Carlos Brathwaite. That is one of the most iconic moments of the game. And the backstory behind that matters a lot. A team that didn't got salary, a team that didn't got sponsors, that didn't even got jersey sponsors, have won the trophy in the most dramatic way. The only reason behind it was hope and confidence. That's typical Caribbean mindset that everyone should admire of. Likewise, the Triple C batters should try hard to make things happen for them. Both Tawfiq and Shakib. 41 of 9 balls. I know it's quite impossible. It's not about expecting them to win the game. It's about expecting them to try harder. Because end of the day, what satisfies you is the feeling of you tried. Victory is not something that you can own, but what you can own is your hard work and your perseverance to win the game. In case if they score another 2 to 3 sixers to win this game, it will be interesting to watch out for. That's what I'm expecting for. Let them lose the game, but let them try hard and then let them lose the game. Anyway, the clear statement so far in this tournament shows that bat first and win the game. That's what's happening here. But that doesn't mean bat first and score 40 and win the game. Bat first and score 80 odd, and you will be given the promise and assurance of winning the game. That's how the condition worked here. That's how this ground is supporting the cricketers. This ground is supporting the teams to win the game. One of the iconic pitches at the heart of the city, Raipeta. Just look at the condition. A typical fast bowler would have enjoyed a lot playing here. Maybe after a point of time the dryness would have supported the spinners and batters, but initially during the morning session, the first 10 to 15 overs, it would be a fast bowler's delight to watch. I've seen stretch ball crickets happened here. Really a good track. But another interesting thing to watch out for is they're having 3 slip fielders and the bowler is bowling the full toss. This is completely out of context. You're having 3 slip fielders and bowling a full toss. This looks better. In case if the camera gets wider, you could see the third slip fielder. You could see 2 slip fielders over there along with the bowler and the wicket keeper. Seems like a bit of careless efforts here from Chai Kings, as they know that they are going to win this game and doing things lightly, it seems. Of course, it used to happen. The vintage Australians used to do that because psychologically you have to break your opposition. Then things will fall on place for you. 66 for 7. 3 more to end this game. Another full toss by having 3 slip fielder, which goes for the boundary at the mid wicket region. Yes, this is what the intent I was speaking about. 70 for 7. These 2 batters were spending a lot of time in the crease. And of course the equation is really challenging for them. They can't take much risks. But they would have taken some quality efforts. Still there are 3 slip fielders. That's how the boundary went, by beating up the fielders. That brings last 2 balls of this innings. Another full toss. Again 3 slip fielders. Run out opportunity. No signs of the batsman being dismissed. Now the last ball of this game. The third game of this week. A wonderful Saturday. Hot Saturday in fact. 72 for 7. 32 to win this game. Swing and a miss. And that brings the end of this game, as Triple C are scoring 72 at the end of 10 overs, which brings Chai Kings to win the game by a difference of 31 runs in the points table, and they are registering their first victory in this tournament. They are in the points table race now. Whereas for Triple C, they have to do a lot more homeworks. They have to come up with a proper game plan to fight back stronger in the points table race. As of now, it's Chai Kings are winning this game by a difference of 31 runs.